Mighty, mighty eagle, tell me, why is Sony making Angry Birds 3? Ah, what the actual fuck, Sony? Why? Just why? Um, hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome back to another fucking rant. And today, I am going to be doing a rant on the Angry Birds movie. Oh, sorry, I should call it the Angry Turds movie. Yeah, that's the right title for it. So the Angry Turds movie is a movie based on an app that is outdated as shit, and it came out in the year 2016 and is directed by Fergal, Riley, and Clay Cates. Don't give a shit about who they are. And it stars Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Maya Rudolph, Bill Hader, Peter Dinklage, Sean Penn, Keegan-Michael Key, Kate McKinnon, etc. And so the film tells the so-called story of Red, who has this temper issues. He causes trouble, and he pretty much gets testified at court for hatching a family's newborn egg, and then he's being sent to anger management class where he meets Chuck and Bomb, and then suddenly the pigs come to visit Bird Island. They don't know anything about them, but then everyone just suddenly trusts them. And apparently Red hates them because they smashed Red's house, and then Red already hates them. He thinks that the pigs are actually evil, but then everyone just hates Red for hating on the pigs, and so the pigs must. The pigs distract them while Red finds out what the pigs are up to. And then suddenly the pigs actually destroy the place and steal the eggs, and so the birds must get rid of the pigs and blah 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 yada yada yada. Who gives a shit? So yeah, Angry Birds movie. Yeah. When I saw the teaser trailer, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It actually looks stupid, but I saw this anyway because it was a Sony animated movie, I guess. I like animation, and this movie was in this second or third week when I came back from my favorite vacations period, a vacation to the Disney cruise. That's when I saw the film. And I saw the movie, I was like, I wasn't even sure what to think of it, honestly. I wasn't even sure. But now, as a critic, I gotta say, my god, this movie freaking stinks. Recently, Ryan Gosling bashed this movie because this movie came on the same day as A Nice Guys, which I think that movie deserves far better. This movie, it failed to actually surprise me. But I will say though that there are actually some redeeming qualities to it, so I might as well just get the redeeming qualities out of the way. I will say the animation is solid. The character designs take a while to get used to, especially with Red's character design being weird. I mean, they look nothing like the Angry Birds, but then these characters would constantly draw the birds as if it looks exactly like the game. And it's something. I like the Mighty Eagle song, Mighty, mighty eagle, strong and free. Yeah, I actually like that song. That's actually a pretty good song, I gotta say. And I will say, I actually enjoyed the third act when it actually tried to be faithful to the game. But that's it. That's all the positives. Now let's get into the freaking negatives. So, what negative do I have with the film? Well, it was so freaking obvious that the writers had no idea what to do with a movie based on an outdated game where you slingshot birds to hit the pigs. But you know what story they end up with? A movie that preaches the message to manage your anger. Yeah, it's about managing anger because the title is Angry Birds. It constantly hammers in the message reminding audiences to manage their anger, and man, it just gets annoying quickly. The characters The only character I like is the pink female bird. She's cute. I guess that's probably a positive. I guess all the characters freaking suck. At best, they're annoying. At worst, they're unlikable and don't learn anything. Red is such a hit. This despicable main character who barely learns anything in the end. I mean, throughout the movie, Red goes through this arc that actually doesn't feel like an arc at all. Red basically goes through a journey of managing his anger despite just getting angry at everything, and so he becomes a leader, and he's like telling boys, hey, get angry. I mean, there's a scene where Red is able to manage his anger in front of the pigs, but you don't feel like Red actually learns anything. Chuck and Bomb are just painfully annoying sidekicks. They do nothing except just be annoying for the sake of being annoying. The plot of the movie just revolves around this movie cliche that annoys me the most. Pretty much where the main character warns everyone about something bad happening, but everyone around him is like, oh, I don't believe you. That's bullshit. You're crazy. The pigs are just one-dimensional villains, and why would you pick the pigs as twist villains? You already know from the start that the pigs were villains. Why make them twist villains? Like, it was so obvious if you know the pigs. I mean, why did you have to make the pigs nice? And there was no way that the birds and pigs were gonna be friends. But it was so, even though it's so obvious that pigs were going to manipulate the birds, it's just there. And the humor is mostly on funny bird puns, references to the F word without saying it, because apparently this is a kids movie, so we shouldn't say the F word. But they still try to say it anyway with like, oh, pluck you. Oh, I'm plucking awful. Like, my God, this is so stupid. I swear to God. And also product places as well. In Piggy Islands, there was a freaking Calvin Klein poster. Wow, Sony, you just love your product placement, don't you? And also there was also a scene where Mighty Eagle listens to Never Gonna Give You Up. It was edited in a way that felt like it was fan made. Like, it felt like a fan would just just insert the Never Gonna Give You Up in the movie just to rickroll audiences. It's not funny. It wasn't even a trend back in 2016, so I don't think anyone's gonna care about Never Gonna Give You Up. Also, there were also twerking and toilet humor in the film as well. Characters constantly show their rear end and butts to each other. Like, always so much twerking, butt shaking, close-up shots of characters' asses. And the worst scene in the film. Oh my God. The scene where Mighty Eagle pees on the lake. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. That scene with peeing lasts for a minute straight. Like, it went on for so long. And then while doing that, Chuck and Bomb were constantly making these weird faces like, oh, shut the fuck up. Also, Chuck and Bomb were there's a scene before that where Chuck and Bomb were making eagle noises for a minute straight, and I just wanted to freaking pluck their feathers and step on their bird shit. So overall, the Angry Birds movie is such an unpleasant movie to sit through. It's a freaking cash grab. It's just another kids movie, and I mean a movie that's made just for kids. I don't care what you guys say. I mean, you guys apparently still bring up the fact that I call animation for babies. Well, you're getting it though. I'm saying that as a payback for you guys. So with that said, I'm going to give the Angry Birds movie a 1.5 stars out of 5. Woo! Woo! Man, yeah. Oh, fuck me. Oh, dear Lord. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome back to another movie rant. And today, I am going to be doing a rant on the Angry Birds movie 2. So, Angry Birds movie 2 is the sequel to the Angry Birds movie. Why do we need this, by the way? It came out in the year 2019, aka my favorite year ever. Happy 5th anniversary of this movie, by the way, I guess. And it's directed by Thorpe Van Orman. And it stars Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Leslie Jones, Bill Hader, Rachel Bloom, Aquafina, Sterling K. Brown, Eugenio Derbez, Tiffany Haddish, Peter Dinklage, Pete Davidson, Zach Woods, Dove Cameron, Maya Rudolph, Jojo Siwa, Tony Hale, etc. And so the film tells the story of the birds and pigs who apparently become allies now. Because there's this third island called Eagle Island where this evil bird named Zeta wants to destroy the islands using frozen balls. And then when the pigs saw that, after years of birds and pigs fighting, the pigs decided out of nowhere to pretty much send messages telling the birds that that they want a truce because for no reason. And then apparently it turns out they just wanted to team up with the birds to stop to stop Zeta from destroying the world and yada yada yada. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole plot of this film. Angry Birds Movie 2 was one of my least anticipated movies of 2019. From the second this movie was announced, I knew this movie was going to suck because why do we even need an Angry Birds movie 2? Yeah, Angry Birds 2 was a movie that I was like, that honestly, I even suspected that this was going to be worse than the first one when I saw the trailer because let's be real here, this whole idea of the birds and pigs teaming up was just so incredibly stupid. And there was no way you could actually make this plot line work. But apparently they did, and the movie got positive reviews. Like when I saw it, I was like, "Are you joking?" There is no way in hell this movie was going to be good. But could the movie actually be surprising? Could I actually surprisingly enjoy this movie? Well, when I saw this movie, I gotta say, it actually met my expectations. Not only is this another terrible cash grab from Sony, but this is even worse than the first film. And I still to this day don't understand why this movie is got positive reviews. I saw this movie 3 times and my thoughts still remain the same. But are there any redeeming qualities in the film? Well, let me be a little more generous and say yes, there are some things that I actually liked about this film. I will say that I actually really like Silver. She's actually a pretty good character. She's adorable. She's charming. I like how smart she is. Like she's actually like super intelligent, and not once did she ever get annoying. She's like the one good character in the film. I like the beginning scene where like we see like the birds and pigs like constantly battling each other by slingshotting items to attack each other's islands, and then I need a hero, I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the line. Yeah, that song plays. Yeah, that was actually a really good scene. I really enjoyed it. The animation is fine, I guess, but I actually do have problems with it. But there is actually one major problem I have with the animation. At least it's good to look at, I guess. But that's it. That's all. That's all the redeeming qualities I have with the film. Now let's get into what pissed me off about this movie. There is no reason for you to actually watch this. You're not gonna look for anything Angry Birds here, because this is not Angry Birds. This is really unfaithful to the games. Not only is this nothing like the games at all, but it contradicts the point of Angry Birds because the birds and pigs are now allies. That is the most jokester of the plot you can think of. Like pretty much the funniest joke that this movie has is just the plot. It's so rushed. Like why all of a sudden the pigs would instantly team up with the birds? Like why would the birds suddenly trust them? Yeah, sure, Red does not trust the pigs and thinks that they're lying. But every single character besides Red are so stupid to instantly believe that the pigs would actually send a truce. You do know that they would, like, considering that they're pigs and they're evil. Why all of a sudden just I believe you. Yeah, I want to be friends with you. That is like that is an obvious manipulation. But apparently it turns out to be true. The pigs would turn out to be out to want to team up with the birds to defeat a bigger enemy. That is not Angry Birds. And speaking of rushing, another problem I have with the film is that it doesn't grow its characters. They're literally the exact same as the first film. Red is the same old Angry Bird, and people just hate Red again. I mean, and Chuck and Bob are still the same old comic relief, so who are just there just to be funny, but apparently they're annoying. They still make these annoying noises like oh, I just wanted to like, can I just shut up for 1 second? Terrence is apparently reduced to a cameo role where like he just sits there reading newspaper. He has kids now, I guess, which is cool. But then he just reads a newspaper. But then the kids are like, and then Terrence like, "Ooh." Yeah, that's it. That's all he does. Yeah, and Leonard is probably the only character who changes, only because he's not a villain, but he's still like really stupid. He's like such a dumbass. In fact, all the characters except for Silver are so dumb. Like when Silver just tells them, "Oh, guys, time for Plan X." Plan X. I thought you said spandex. Oh god, that joke. And that's just the start of this movie's horrendous jokes. Like every time a character would tell them something specific, they just screw it up by thinking of it literally. And the story is, what a boring snore of a story this is. It is incredibly lazy, thin, formulaic, non-existent. And you know why they made a story just so surface level? Because one, they clearly have no idea what to do because this is just an obvious cash grab. And two, it focuses on pop culture references. The movie challenges its audiences to spot the pop culture references instead of challenging them with its messages. At least I will give it this. There isn't much twerking, but the characters still like make these annoying childish movements. And the humor of this movie is even worse than the first film. Like, oh my god. Like, the humor is just basically these characters being stupid. The movie apparently expects the audiences to laugh every time these characters like do like something idiotic and all that stuff. And they play a lot of these licensed songs in this one. Like, and speaking of licensed songs, I want to talk about the worst scene in the film. The baby shark scene. Oh my goodness. Why would you put baby shark in this movie? Whose idea was it? Yeah, it's clear. Like Sony has no idea what they're doing. Like, why? And the humor of this movie like isn't any better. Remember in the first film where Mighty Eagle would be seen peeing on the lake for 1 minute straight? Apparently this movie makes another peeing joke, but instead it is 10 times worse. There is a scene in the film where all the characters besides Red and Silver were pretty much in disguise as an eagle and they must not get caught. And then in the bad film, there's a scene where Chuck drinks water and drink water and spits it out on the urinal to pretend they're peeing. Like, oh my god, seriously. Who comes up with these jokes? Oh yeah, speaking of the characters, Mighty Eagle is pathetic. Like, just like the first film, he's basically just worshipped like a god in the first film. I wonder why. And Zeta is probably one of the worst villains of 2019. Holy crap, her villain arc was so dumb. But you want to know the main reason why Zeta is actually a villain? It's because Mighty Eagle dumped her on her wedding day. Because he was not ready to get married. I mean, that is without question, and I'm not exaggerating in this, one of the dumbest villain motivations I have ever seen. Like, it's so stupid. Also, as much as I like Silver, I honestly think that Red and Silver's romance is forced, rushed, and cringe. Yeah, so overall, the Angry Birds movie 2 is one of the most pointless sequels I've ever seen. While it is not an irredeemable disaster, it is certainly one of the worst anime films of 2019. It is a film that contradicts the point of Angry Birds and makes the effort to be even worse than the first film. So with that said, I'm going to give the Angry Birds movie 2 a 1 star out of 5. Woo! Man, that feels better. Yeah, man, I still cannot get over the fact that the Angry Birds movie 3 is out. Yeah, Angry Birds 3 is honestly one of my least anticipated upcoming movies, and thank God I got the Angry Birds movies out of the way. But when, yeah, I will certainly hate watch Angry Birds 3 and rant it when it comes out. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Angry Birds 2? Do you agree with the positive reviews that this was actually surprisingly good? Or are you with me that this movie is hot garbage? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So yeah, bye guys. Did Illumination secretly make this movie? I can tell that there was some Illumination influence in this film.